Hi everyone, it's Bonita from Pennies to Dollars and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk a little bit more about decluttering. This is also one of my favorite topics next to living frugally because I feel like they go together. The decluttering, the minimalism, and the frugality. I feel like they all fit together. So we're going to talk about our messes, our clutter, our piles of things, our stashes, if you will. Because mess is just an unnecessary irritation. Our clutter tells so much about us. It tells about our past, it tells about our unmet dreams, and it tells about our fantasy self and the things that we plan to do that we never got to it. Decluttering can just cut the noise of hearing, you haven't done that yet, you still need to do that, what about this? Clutter can also show the signs of the fact that we've overextended ourselves, that we've bought things that we had no place for, that we didn't need, or that we already had a duplicate of. And all of those things take time to manage, time to organize, time to clean, time to inventory, or we're just repurchasing things, and time to care for, like extra clothes, extra laundry, extra dishes. And of course, decluttering saves tons of time looking for stuff. If I had all the time back in my life that I have looked for things that I know I have, that I know I put in a safe place so I could find it the next time, and then I have no idea what that safe place is, I would be 10 years younger. So overall, decluttering just makes our life easier. So some of the things I would like for you to think about today is, do you have things that do the same thing? Vaseline, chapstick, lip balm, lotion, Carmex. How many things do we have that we have just put on our lips? Do we need all of those things? And then when we need a chapstick or a lip balm, we can't find it. Or when we're cleaning, we find multiples of them because we've bought them over and over again because we didn't know what we did with it the first time. So as you're going through things, put like things together and then make decisions about, okay, the next time when I run out of this stuff, what is my top choice to use on my lips? What am I going to buy to use on my lips? Because I don't need 5 or 6 things to put on my lips. I only need one. And what is my favorite? And then decide what you are going to buy and keep in your stash. These decisions about what we want, the best of the best in our life, in our stash, in our storage areas, are the things that are going to make our lives easier. Why do we end up having too much? We've touched on some of that we overbuy, we misplace things, and we don't keep things as organized as we should. But one of the main reasons that we have too much is we get so busy that we misplace things, so busy that we don't know if we've bought it or if we have 5 already. We're so busy we don't know what we have. Sometimes it's a learned behavior. Maybe our parents pack-ratted things, stored things, stashed things, didn't keep things organized, and we just carried on. Sometimes it's a fear of lack because we grew up and we didn't have everything we needed, so we want to have multiple choices. Or we didn't have things we needed when we were first out on our own, so we want to be able to afford extra things, so then we just overbuy. Our perception into our belongings is really a key point into why we have extra, too much of something, or we don't even know where it is. Our perception of whether or not our belongings are important, whether they're worth more than they actually are, or how important they are in our life, those actually affect our budget, and they affect our budget in a big way. So even though you can think, well, that chapstick isn't too much, it doesn't cost that much. But if you add in the chapstick, the lip balm, the Vaseline, the Carmex, when you start adding all those options that we keep on hand for any given moment, they add up, don't they? And that's the kinds of things that I'm talking about today. The things that we get thinking we're going to use them in the future, and then they are actually a consumable, and maybe they'll last a long time, but maybe they won't. Lotion doesn't last forever. If you forget it in your car and it's too hot, or things like that, they can ruin. So having too many of those things sometimes just contributes to us wasting them in the long run. And that is our money that we worked for. Sometimes we see all of our belongings as security, but those belongings really tie us down. And I've seen that more in my 50s than I ever would have realized in my 20s. In my 20s, I saw it more as security. But now that I'm in my 50s, and my husband and I have thought many times about downsizing, or maybe moving somewhere warmer and not in Kansas because we hate winter, I look at all this stuff and I think, but what am I gonna do with it? I have to do something with it. Do I just leave it here? Do I take part of it with me? What is the expense of hauling it with me? What is the expense of leaving it here when I don't know when I will return? Will it go bad? Will I remember what I have here? Will I double buy when I get there? So just little things like that. Our stuff ties us down. I think, how fast could I move if I wanted to move? It would take me a long time probably to get it together. It has taken me a long time to declutter stuff because everything you own comes down to a choice of what to do with it. Do you take it? Do you leave it? Do you throw it away? Do you give it away? Is it even useful anymore? Tons of choices, tons of decisions over every item we own. Things that reflect times in our life where we were hurting, they're easy to get rid of. Sometimes. Sometimes there's still a dilemma. I had a t-shirt that I wore on the day that my brother passed away and I was called to the nursing home. I've had it for 2 years, and every time I put it on, I have to take it back off. I can't wear it. It just has me too upset every time I put it on. And yet I've held on to it for 2 years. Well, today it went in the donation bag. Nothing wrong with that t-shirt other than the memory that I hold to that t-shirt. A sad memory. And I don't want to hold on to that sad memory. I want to hold on to the happy memories of my brother, not the sad ones. And it took me 2 years to realize that that t-shirt just needed to go. I thought, maybe I'll get over it. Maybe that t-shirt won't bother me so much. Maybe I will be able to wear it if I just give it more time. I really like that t-shirt. It's soft, it's comfortable, and then I put it on and I take it back off. So sometimes you have to revisit these items. Sometimes you have to think about them a little harder than you feel like they probably need your attention to do. But sometimes it takes that to realize that you're ready to let it go. You will know when you're ready, just like me with the t-shirt. When I put it on, I realized it was time to go. That feeling wasn't going to go away. It wasn't going to change. I wasn't ever going to love that t-shirt again like I did before. And then things that we love are also easy to decide. We know if we love something. We know if we don't want to part with it, if it's one of our favorites. It's all those things in between that take so much time to decide. All these things that, well, I like it, or I forgot I had it, but I like it. All those things are the things that bog us down and slow us down. So I hope that you are able to make progress in your decluttering journey. I feel like it's taking me way too long to get through this, but I live on a farm. I had a lot of outbuildings, which were my downfall. A lot of places to store things, a lot of places to not think about them again, and to just put them somewhere because I would deal with them later. And I've made it through most of the buildings in a huge way. And I'm so proud of myself for doing that. And my kids are proud too, because they know that everything I get rid of is one less thing they have to deal with. But then I think about, why did I do that? Why did I hold on to so much stuff? And it makes me really think hard about anything I bring in my door. I have to want it. I have to love it. I have to need it. And I have to have a place for it already, or it's not coming through my front door. I hope this has been inspiring to you to think about your belongings, to think about what comes in the front door and why you're allowing it to stay through that front door. And I hope to see you in the next video. Let me know in the comments below if you have something that has been especially hard for you to get rid of.